Hey guys, how's it going? I'm Sydney from PhoneDog.com and welcome to this week's episode of The Dog Pound. I thought about wearing my hair in a mohawk for this show, but I decided not to. So, I just thought I'd share that with you. Let's get started with the news. So first of all, we're going to start with some bad news. As most of you probably know, the HTC EVO 4G LTE and the HTC One X have both been banned from the US in this crazy story about an ITC ruling from last year, actually. Both of them have been banned from entering the US. Now, the problem is, the ITC ruling was in regards to a patent that HTC infringed. It was an Apple patent, and HTC said they fixed the problem, they took the issue out of the software, it's no longer going to be a problem, but for some reason customs can't figure that out, and so both phones have still been banned from entering the US. Now, we did get an update to this story. HTC has said that they've managed to get a few of their devices into the States. We don't know which devices, so it could be the EVO 4G LTE, it could be the One X, it could be neither one. So we're going to keep you guys updated, but if you've pre-ordered one of these phones and you're wondering where the heck it's at, this is probably why it isn't there. It's because of the Apple patents, and customs still thinks that the phones infringe on the patents even though they don't. We'll keep you guys updated. Now, if you've pre-ordered an EVO 4G LTE and you want to know what you're missing out on, check out Aaron's review of this phone. He's uploaded the video to our YouTube channel. It's also on PhoneDog.com. I've said it before that the EVO 4G LTE is easily going to be Sprint's best phone when it hits, if it ever does get here. It's got a 4.7-inch super LCD HD resolution display, gorgeous hardware, an 8-megapixel camera, dual-core Snapdragon S4 processor. It's basically like an HTC One X, but for Sprint, and it's called the EVO 4G LTE. So watch that review so you know what to look forward to if we ever get those phones in the States, the 2-part review, so check that out. Now, some more bad news. I'm sorry, there is good news coming, but we have to get the bad news out of the way. Verizon unlimited data plans are completely gone. Now, last year they announced their tiered data plans and everyone hated them, but the good news was that if you already had an unlimited data plan, you could keep it, even if you upgraded to a new phone. That will be going away. From now on, once you upgrade to a 4G LTE plan, you have to get a tiered data plan. No more grandfathered data plans. So Verizon customers, I'm sorry, but it's something that a lot of people have been dealing with for a while now, so I guess you learn to live with it. So that's the bad news. Now let's move on to a segment that everybody likes called Where's My Update? So first of all, there's two phones that are already getting the ice cream sandwich update, the HTC Sensation 4G and the HTC Amaze 4G, both on T-Mobile in the States. The downside to the Sensation 4G update is that if you were using its mobile hotspot support without paying for it, you will now have to pay for it. Before, it was due to a software limitation. You were able to get that feature for free, but once you upgrade to ice cream sandwich, you will have to pay for it. But at least you Sensation and Amaze owners, you'll now get to enjoy Android 4.0. Next up, Motorola has updated its Android 4.0 rollout schedule, so here are the details. The Droid Razr, Razr Max, and Zoom Wi-Fi plus 3G will be getting Android 4.0 in Q2 of this year. The Droid 4, Droid Bionic, Droid Zyborg 8.2, Zyborg 10.1, and the Zoom Family Edition, along with the Atrix 4G and Atrix 2, will be getting Android 4.0 in Q3. The Photon 4G will be getting Android 4.0 in Q4. And phones that will not be getting Android 4.0 are the Admiral, Droid 3, Droid X2, Milestone 3, Milestone X2, and the Motorola Pro Plus. Those will remain on Android 2.3. And lastly, Samsung has updated its Android 4.0 rollout schedule for T-Mobile. The Galaxy S2, Galaxy S Blaze 4G, Galaxy Tab 7.0 Plus, and the Galaxy Tab 10.1 will all be getting Android 4.0. We don't know when, but we do know that they will at least be getting Android 4.0. Moving on, we recently heard a report from the Wall Street Journal that said that Google could possibly be releasing multiple Nexus phones and tablets, which is kind of breaking away from the norm, because usually they just release one Nexus phone, and we haven't quite seen a Nexus tablet, even though the Motorola Zoom was sort of supposed to be that. But now we could be seeing several or a couple of Nexus phones and a couple of Nexus tablets. This is supposedly to get rid of the suggestion that Google will be showing Motorola favoritism now that they have acquired the company, and it could possibly help boost Android tablet sales. Maybe if they're Google branded or they ship with stock Android, maybe more people will buy them. I don't know, maybe that's their idea. But it's good news for us because it means more stock Android phones without any bloatware that will get updates more quickly. So hey, it's a win-win. But that's the report from Wall Street Journal. We'll have to see how that one turns out. And just so the entire show is not about Android, let's talk about some news about some other operating systems. Aaron recently posted his full review of the Samsung Focus 2. This is a Windows Phone device hitting AT&T for only $50, which is a great price. We've talked about this phone in previous episodes of the Dog Pound. It has a 4-inch Super AMOLED display, a 1.4 GHz processor, a 5-megapixel camera, and of course ships with Android or Windows Phone 7.5. See, it's all the Android news. It totally just threw me off. So watch his full review to see if this is something that you would be interested in, and if you're on AT&T, check it out. So that is the show. Thanks guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Check out the description below the YouTube video. I'll have links to all of the news articles that I discussed in the video. But until then, follow me on Twitter if you would like, at phonedog_Sydney. Keep it on phonedog.com for more news, updates, and reviews, and I will see you guys later. Bye!